medyo na-energize na tayo, no? Ngayon naman, mamaya-maya para sa ating preliminary question and answer portion, hihingi mo natin yung joining us for this evening on stage, our very own SB Secretary, Lisa Naik, please. Marga, good evening. Kamusta si Marga?
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Papa. I am doing very fine.
Very fine, and that fabulous green dress. So, here is how our final or preliminary question and answer goes. Okay, ladies, this is the same for everybody. Bubunot po ng envelope or card ng ating mga candidates with their corresponding questions coming from Liz. And of course, you will be given the opportunity para i-express iyong sagot in whatever language that you wish to. Wala tayong time limit, right? Or you're gonna have time limit for this evening? Wala naman, no? Walang time limit. Ang ating mga candidates are free to express their thoughts in the best way that they can. All the best, candidate number one, pick your question. Listen, local legislators of Zamboanga City passed an ordinance mandating a curfew for minors, which is currently being observed. What are your thoughts on this policy? And how do you think it affects the safety and the freedom of the minors in our city? Once again, the local legislators of Zamboanga City passed an ordinance mandating a curfew for minors, which is currently being observed. What are your thoughts on this policy, and how do you think it affects the safety and freedom of minors in the city?
Once again, good evening. Thank you for that question. With the policy that is given and mandated by the legislation of Zamboanga City, I believe it is just right. Because what happens in our city right now, with the different and multiple deaths, killings, even if they're carnappings, kidnappings, I believe this policy will secure us and give us the security that we need. That even without officials behind us or watching us over, even with the family with us, they can tell us what to do with the curfew given to us. And also for the minors, it is very important the curfew for the minors, since they are still minors, and a lot of news happening around in Zamboanga right now. I know you're very well aware of that. What's happening in our Zamboanga, that we should be very aware. And using this kind of policy will help our young kids, to keep the children, especially, to keep them safe and to make sure that they are in our watch and they are away from any danger. And that is very important, because if we continue to implement this policy, we could have a safe community where no young children would be afraid to go out even midnight. But then minors should be and always be inside. They can still go out, but with the watch of the parents. But then this policy, with this, we could build a community stronger, safer, and a community where no one will be abused. That would be all. Thank you.
Hopefully, we're getting into that, a community that is peaceful with no abuse. Such a fantastic answer. Congratulations, Marga.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. And from one of the candidate number. Jaline, buenas noches. ¿Cómo
I'm fine, sir. Thank you.
I'm feeling good. Feeling great to be back in Limpapa. Ano gusto mong sabihin, Jaline, sa mga manonood ngayong gabi?
Well, I would like to thank everyone who come here to witness the coronation night of Miss Rio 2025. Enjoy the show. Thank you.
Nag-enjoy ba tayo sa show, guys? Nag-enjoy naman tayo, no? Yes, we all do. Jaline, same hurdle. I'll read the question twice. Okay, another one. The Philippine government has started imposing a 12% value-added tax, or what we call VAT, on digital services such as streaming platforms, online subscriptions, and app purchases. But we all purchase Shopee, Lazada, TikTok. As a young Filipino, do you believe this tax policy promotes fair economic progress? Or does it burden digital consumers, especially students and low-income users? Once again, the Philippine government has started imposing a 12% value-added tax on digital services such as streaming platforms, online subscriptions, and app purchases. As a young Filipino, do you believe this tax policy promotes fair economic progress, or does it burden digital consumers, especially students and low-income users?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So for me, I believe that it is unfair, especially to as a consumers, especially the students who are using internet to browse their assignments and research. And it helps the internet to browse their assignments and everything, and also research. And as a consumer also, as a part of the community, I disagree because all people are using social media, not just Facebook, Messenger, and also other people using Facebook, Reels, and YouTube, and I think, and other subscription. And I think it is unfair for us because the income of the economic is increasing, but the people is not enjoying, and it is a burden for them. And that will be all. Thank you.
Ganda na spotlight natin na very focus sa atin.
Silaw kayo.
Kahit mas silaw marayang, kanina, ang daming sumusuport at sumisigaw. Parinig nga yung support for number 3 again. Number 3! Dami. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa mga supporters natin?
Magbilang ko ng 3, aim muna kayo. 1, 2, 3! Thank you.
Mapapain talaga tayo, no? So all the best, girl. We're feeling the energy for this evening. Big question. Okay, the question for candidate number 3. Listen, everybody. Recent studies have shown a significant rise in mental health issues among Filipino youth, including anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout. Yet, access to professional help remains limited. In your own opinion, how do you think can the government and youth leaders work together to make mental health care more accessible and acceptable in our society? Once again, recent studies have shown a significant rise in mental health issues among Filipino youth, including anxiety, depression, and emotional burnout. Yet, the access to professional help remains limited. In your own opinion, how do you think can the government and youth leaders work together to make mental health care more accessible and acceptable in our society?
So ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, but I am a depressive person. I was diagnosed with severe depression and I committed suicide 3 times. That's why I have this tattoo on my wrist to cover up the slashes that I've done to myself. And believe it or not, having depression, suffering from this depression can really break you down as a person. Holistically, may it be psychologically, emotionally, and of course physically. Because there are people who stress eating, and when you do stress eating, you will feel that you are not good enough for the standards of society. And I believe that our government, especially our youth leaders being the hope of the nation, can do a lot to address this societal issue. First of all, we should get symposiums on how to handle depression, especially in schools. It is because depression typically is evident to our dear students because of the peer pressure, and they always overthink of their future. And not just our youth leaders and our government, but we individuals play a vital role in combating depression by just simply being kind to one another, because by simply asking them, how is your day going? How is your life going? Hindi yung magtatanong lang tayo kung utang tayo. So that would help a lot someone who is suffering from mental depression. So ladies and gentlemen, kindness is a way of telling the world that you are accepted and you are valued. Thank you.
Watch Limpapa. Ito marami ng supporters nandito sa Limpapa. I believe that some of them are your friends. Ano gusto mong sabihin sa mga supporters sa iyo?
First of all, I would like to share that I am not feeling well right now. My lagnat po ako for over 3 days, but I am very thankful, most especially to my father. Thank you for taking care of me and to the people who supported me tonight and yesterday. Thank you so much.
Ganun kahit na special kay Tem, kahit nilalagyan siya, gusto niyo pa rin. Okay. Kanina sabi ni number 3, mangungumusta daw dapat tayo, hindi dapat mangungutang. Hindi mangungumusta lang dahil mangungutang. Ito yung topic ni number 4 is about utang. Silence everybody, here's an interesting question. This year, the Philippine national debt has reached over 15 trillion pesos, the highest in our country's history. If given the chance to speak to the national government, what advice would you offer to them to help the nation strive for better economic stability and progress despite this challenge? Once again, this year, the Philippine national debt has reached over 15 trillion pesos, the highest in our country's history. If given the chance to speak to the national government, what advice would you offer to help the nation strive for better economic stability and progress despite this challenge?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, given the chance to talk to our national government, the first very message before the advice I would ask, where is the money? 15 trillion is big money, and half of our country are still facing poverty. Most of the youth of today are out of school youth. Most of the people are jobless. And myself and my mother went to abroad is one of the biggest example because we don't have a lot of job opportunities here in the Philippines. And as we can see, this 15 trillion is enough for us to put every children, every kid go back to school. Every family to not be foodless, homeless, and clothes countless. And that is my question. Where is the money? And my advice for the government, but first is for the people, to always choose accountable, responsible, and transparent leaders. Because our right of suffrage is the hope of our nation. It will be the heartbeat of every person and family. It will not just help individuals who are suffering poverty, but it could also help individuals who are actually facing struggles in life, such as being beggars on the street. This is one of the biggest examples that we see that Philippines is not progressing at all. I hope that the next election and this current election, we will be able to have the leaders who really have not just a kind heart, but someone who is overqualified to lead the Philippines. And my advice for the leaders is to always be at service and to use this money to be at hand to every individual. Because at the end of the day, our people, we pay taxes and this money belongs to us. Good evening, everyone.
Powerful answers on candidate number 4. Thank you so much. Hi, May. How are you?
Hello,
Grabe, no? Bakit natin mga questions, medyo lengthy, mahaba, it all has something to do. Ang daming fans! Galing message ni May muna. Inis pagadian sa kanya mga supporters na yung gabi.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank our barangay officials, our SK officials, for giving us candidates to be here in front of you right now, showcasing our talents, our wits, and of course, our capabilities. Thank you so much, Barangay Lingpapa, to our SK. Thank you so much. And of course, to our honorable judges, thank you so much for giving your ample time to be here in front of us right now.
Alam mo naman po natin once again, candidate number 5 right there. Malayo yung pay lang tayo, no? But hopefully this year, follow spot natin na yun ng napaka-ano. Okay. Wait, but medyo interconnected talaga guys yung mga questions ng ating mga candidates. Diba? Sabi ni Stephanie Miss Labuan, kailangan daw mapunta yung pera sa atin sa pang-edukasyon ng ating mga kabataan. Now, our question has something to do with education. The Department of Education has issued guidelines permitting male students to grow their hair longer, challenging the traditional grooming standards in schools. As a young leader, how do you view this policy shift? Does it promote inclusivity and self-expression? Or should educational institutions maintain traditional grooming standards? Once again, the Department of Education has issued guidelines permitting male students to grow their hair longer, challenging traditional grooming standards in schools. As a young leader, how do you view this policy shift? Does it promote inclusivity and self-expression? Or should educational institutions maintain traditional grooming standards?
Thank you for that wonderful question and good evening. Article 2, Section 13 of our 1997 Constitution states that the youth should be recognized as in the state to be one of the top priorities for nation building. The youth should be focused. The nation should be focused in giving quality education to our youth, enabling them to empower their abilities and capabilities. And may we all be reminded that the abilities of our youth does not rely on how long their hair is, what their views on gender identity is. Let us all be reminded that we should always focus on we should focus on advocating for inclusivity, especially for our youth, because our youth is our top priority in nation building. And so for us to be able to empower them, we should always welcome them who they are, regardless of their socioeconomic status, gender identity, and cultural ethnicity rather. So I think for us to be able to combat against this discrimination, or for us to be able to have this inclusivity, we can be able to empower our youth by of course welcoming them, no matter who they are. And I believe that by using this, by empowering them, by giving them quality education, by welcoming them regardless of their gender identity, no matter how long their hair is, I think that the future relies on themselves. The future relies on how they govern themselves. The future relies on how they run their own race. So I think for us, the youth have our own individuality, and it is time for us to welcome that. Thank you so much.
Another spectacular answer. Thank you so much, Ms. Pag. Ilang taon ka na? 18 years old. Okay, so marami tayong mga supporters from different places na. To conclude our show tonight, you may pick your question. She went right to the top. Ito tungkol naman sa election, guys. With the COMELEC releasing the calendar for this year's elections, do you think it is necessary to hold another election so soon after the October 2023 polls? Or does this raise concerns about political stability and the youth's role in leadership? Once again, with the COMELEC releasing the calendar for this year's elections, Do you think it is necessary to hold another election so soon after the October 2023 polls? Or does this raise concerns about political stability and the youth's role in leadership?
Thank you for that question. I believe that this does not raise raise concerns about our political stability because we need leaders that can handle our people, leaders that can maintain people in a good life, in a good life, and especially we need leaders that prove themselves to us and not leaders that put their self first and put
people who are with me, Roxanne, si Dean, Laurel, to all of the teams, can you join here with me please para lang makita ng tao? Come on girls, kaya niyo yan.
Please bayaan mo siyang succeed at is binula.
It's okay, girls, akyat kayo. My two organizer, Mr. Mark Bautista and Jayden Leanco, please join us here at the stage. Just like what I said, ladies and gentlemen, the credit does not belong to the SK chairman all alone. I bring with you the people who made this night very possible. If I owe anybody my respect, my full respect, that would be to this group of people. Palakpakan naman namin lahat. Lastly, klaruhin ko lang talaga, kasi I think this will be our last night for SK Papa hosting the event for Rio Festival. The COMELEC had already announced the calendar of activities for the upcoming election. Klaruhin ko lang, first and last. Wala po akong balak, wala po kaming balak tumakbo bilang barangay kagawad, lalo-lalo na wala po kaming balak tumakbo bilang barangay kapitan. Klaruhin lang natin. Kasi the issue had been going on. Maawa po kami. Ang gusto lang naman namin is mag-serve, magbigay ng kung ano mang kaya namin ibigay from our own earnings, from our own savings. Because we believe, limpaman, like what I said from the first moment I held the mic here at this very moment. The money, the funds, all of it deserves the people of Limpama, and we won't be tired of serving you from the bottom of our heart. And sana hindi kayo mapagod, suportahan kami. Sa mga tao na dumaan.
Clear doon?
One Lord, one soul, one people. Can you feel me? One world, one love, one people. People got everywhere, energy up in the air. I take it up the road, let everybody know. Go and tell the people, we know this is the show. So we need that kind of speed, that is the highlight. One soul, that's every one love, one people.
Norte. And finally, candidate number 6, Geraldine Aquino Bataan, Hamukutan. Festival 2025 candidates to say their utmost thanks sa kanilang team and to everybody who have been with them since the beginning of this journey. Maybe once again, Marga.
Hello, good evening. Good evening again. Once again, good evening, Barangay Papa. First of all, I would like to say thank you to every one of you who's joining us right now and witnessing all these beautiful ladies here with me on stage. I would also like to acknowledge and say thank you to my hunter, Mama Katya, and to my hairstylist, Mama Selen, and also to my makeup for this night for making it so beautiful, Ate Ronnie. And to all the long team of Katya, thank you so much for supporting us and giving us all we need and making us so extra beautiful tonight. I would also like to say thank you to this little kid here backstage for cheering me on. It actually lessened my anxiety while I was on the backstage. Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the community of Barangay Papa who are witnessing the coronation night of Miss Rio Festival. And I would like to thank my hunter, Miss Katya, and my makeup artist, Ate Kylie, and also my hairstylist. Thank you.
Kaya sila-shoutout yung mga clan team nila mamaya, itatag pa nila sa Facebook yan. Next.
Good evening once again. I would like to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank God for giving me the strength to be here tonight. And most especially, I would like to thank our SK officials and our Barangay Council for giving us a wonderful show tonight. And of course, to the people and to our respected judges, thank you for staying us tonight. And most importantly, again, my glam team, Adelina Parla, Miss Kate Kendall, and to the people behind this look who are assisting me backstage. Thank you so much. I would not be Stephanie Cruz tonight without you guys. Thank you.
Okay, up next.
Okay, once again, I would like to thank Barangay Papa and of course the people who is really here since kanina. I don't know what time is it right now.
Finalists who are still in the running to be our first ever Miss Rio Papa 2025.
Miss Silka.
Our candidate from Pagadian City.
Pagadian. Miss Silka is Miss Pagadian.
Our next award is the Miss Avon Beauty. To present this, may we have Luisa Knight, please. Our Miss Avon is
Labuan.
Dito sa tingin natin yung Miss Avon natin, guys. Wala po tayong cheers. Numbers for our candidates. Ang ating Miss Avon is candidate from
Labuan.
Uy, para sa Miss Avon, dalawa yung winners natin.
Labuan.
Okay.
Labason Labuan.
Orlene Kumandao is the presenter. I'm sorry, isa yung winner natin, our Miss Avon. Congratulations! Sigawan natin yung bets natin, guys! Kabatangan! Congratulations, candidate number 1. Move on to the next part of the competition. Para naman sa ating top 3, magkakaroon tayo ng quick round, second round of the competition. Quick second round. Second round of the competition, namely the swimsuit competition and the evening gown competition. Right? The blue gowns later on for the top 3 finalists for tonight.
Labuan, labas ng Pagadian.
Next up, we have the Limpapa Barangay Council Choice Award. Ladies and gentlemen, ang ating Barangay Council's Choice, congratulations! Wala bang cheer dyan, guys? Barangay? Or baka naman from a municipality or a city? Barangay Council's Choice, congratulations! Pamukutan!
Is! Ablak is!
To present the next award, we have the SK Chairperson. Request natin si Honorable Almog Badir sa PE. Honorable SK Chair Almog Badir sa PE. Ang ating People's Choice is Miss Napaso! Presented on stage, and the next award is the Face of the Night. I'm sorry, it's from Shirlene Nai. Face of the Night is Miss, who has the most captivating, most alluring face for this evening. Congratulations, Miss La Buhay! Alam natin, Miss Crimson is very serving and very calming background music natin eh. Parang river. Oo. Miss Close Up Smile is Miss Labuan! This evening, siya ay mabasagan bilang Honorable Halima Apalad's Choice Award. To present this, tawagin po natin Honorable Halima Apalad herself. Ladies and gentlemen, Halima Apalad's Choice Award is candidate from number, or lugar na lang, anong lugar? Labuan!
Kaya mo yan! Malaki ka na! Alatang mo lakit! Laban lang! Makablo ka pa naman, tutun!
Orlene Kumandao, one of our SK members for the term SK members Honorable Orlene Kumandao. Ang ating Miss Congeniality is Labasor! Isang A naman siya, guys. The night. Actually, we have different one, the person, people's choice. Iba naman yung darling of the night. Now, once again, ang ating darling of the night, request natin yung iba sa ating mga SK officials to please present the awards dito sa stage. Ang ating darling of the night is... Pamukutan! Yung mga KK officials natin na free ngayong gabi, akyat po tayo sa stage for this award, ladies and gentlemen.
Ibang gaya, paano na to display na to?
Our KK Choice Award, congratulations, Kabataan!
Congrats, ate! Kunyari, sige, super mom.
May representative po tayo, Seventh Choice Award. Our winner for the Seventh Choice, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations! Pagadian City! Yung winners natin for the KK or the Seventh Choice Award, please step forward, Pagadian City and La Pasol, Santo Roque Norte.
I want kaya kami.
Pamana! Pamana, partner ko!
Our Alumni Association on stage, please. Sino kaya yung alumni? Oo naman. Alumni Choice Award, congratulations, Kabataan! Congratulations! Please step forward, Kawit and Pamukutan. Congratulations. Choice, thank you so much. Up next, Latina Choice Award. Eto na nga siguro nung pinili tong winner, siya yung napasabi ng sobrang Latina. Super Latina. Sino kaya sobrang Latina sa mga candidates natin? Pili nga tayo. Sino? Sino yung may pinaka-Latina vibes for tonight? Congratulations, Super Latina! Presenting the award, Ma'am Shermelina Milasan, please. It's Latina sa Lord's Choice Award. Latina sa Lord's Choice Award.
Happy Mother's Day!
Ma'am Shermelina Milasan, presenter, congratulations, Labuan! Congratulations, Labuan! Latina Choice Award.
Alec! Happy Mother's Day! Alec! Nak, kayo ka dyan. Sulat kita.
Omega.
Omega ang saya, guys. Kay Miss Pagadian, efficacy, kay Labasong Omega. Bye! Shaiba Salahiron, ang ating Miss Watson, ladies and gentlemen!
Number 10.
Wow! Hindi niya kailangan bumili ng product na meron na siguro siya. Saan lang yan? May gift pack pa yung Miss Watsons natin. Miss Watsons, congratulations! Miss Howie! This portion is brought to you by Maybelline Products. Pamukutan!
Ay, candidate kami, no?
Wala. Nagpuli yun ang dati. Happy Mother's Day.
Our Caramel Smasher Choice Award winner, congratulations! Miss Efficacy, Bagatian City! Wow naman! Baka naman, ilan tayo dito sa stage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus. In festival costume is candidate from... Uy guys, best in festival costume daw sa event natin. Number... Best in festival costume, La Boan!
Stephanie, alam mo yan. Malamay. Malamay. Alam mo yan.
Sa Buanga del Norte!
Beso, beso, anay. Happy Father's Day.
1K.
Adalay